Hi. On today's Senior Helper Show, you're going to hear about a product that can bring you peace of mind. It automatically detects falls, and it also can monitor vital signs. Come on in. You're not going to want to miss this show. Hi, I'm Patti Teel. Welcome to the Senior Helper Show. I have a fascinating guest today. He's the owner of Health Tech of Santa Barbara, and here he's going to talk to us about an amazing device called My Halo. Bob Kryczko, I can't wait to hear about it. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Patti. I'm happy to be here.
Good. So, what is My Halo?
Well, My Halo is really several things. It's a personal security system that gives you an emergency button so you can push it and get help when you need it, and like many other devices of its type on the market. It's also automatic fall detection, so if you were to fall and you were unable to push the button, it would automatically make that call for help for you. And it's personal remote wellness monitoring, so the family or your caregivers can look in on you without bothering you, and this helps you maintain your independence and so you can live at home longer.
Oh, that's so great. So I imagine it would be really helpful for all kinds of elderly people, people that have different health problems. Who exactly is it targeted for?
It's really appropriate for people who are at risk of falling, and that would include people who have chronic illnesses that might incapacitate them if they were to fall and being able to push the button, and that might include the risk of stroke or heart attack or seizures or those types of things.
Right. Well, my mother years ago fell and broke her hip. And unfortunately, she laid there for hours before we found her. So I'm a big fan of devices like this. But when I've read a little bit of the research, I found that a lot of people don't push the button for the devices. So what I think is so fabulous about My Halo is it will detect the falls without them having to push the button. Correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And there's two different versions of the product they could choose to wear. There's a belt clip version, which could be worn on a belt clip, or it could be worn inside of a small pouch that's in this spy belt, as they call it. So it can be worn around the waist, outside of the clothing, or inside of the clothing.
It's just inside here?
It's inside here, yeah. So the actual transmitter is not that large. It's got a push button, and it can be attached to the body in a number of different ways.
That's wonderful.
The other thing it does is it tracks activity. So if it can tell you how much a person is walking during different times of the day.
Oh my goodness.
That's part of the wellness monitoring.
Right.
And the other part of it is, or the other model is a what we call a chest strap version. That's worn around the chest, and it provides heart rate monitoring, heart rate variability, and skin temperature, as well as being able to tell the caregivers or the family whether it's being worn or not through a text message or an email.
Oh, how incredible.
And that's one of the reasons the other devices don't work. People sometimes don't wear them.
So that's one of the big differences in your device as compared to some of the others on the marketplace.
Yes.
Oh,
Definitely.
that's wonderful.
Well, really, it's best used as a team. So there's the person wearing the device, and then there's the family, and then there's caregivers from, say, senior helpers who can monitor the vital signs and respond in case of an emergency.
Is it very expensive?
No, not really. It's about the same as the other devices on the market, but you get a lot more. You get the remote monitoring and the automatic fall detection, those types of things. So it's either $49 a month for the belt clip model or $59 a month for the chest strap version.
Right, and it could allow a senior or anyone that had a serious illness to live at home.
That's right.
And that could save a lot of money.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we've talked about some of the practical reasons why it would be important to have this device, but I imagine there are a lot of emotional benefits as well.
Yes, and they're very important. So a person wearing this device might be someone's parent or their grandparent, and they may choose to wear the device because they want to provide some relief from worry or some peace of mind for their kids. or for themselves, just to have something that would help them get response or help if they were to fall. So there's that aspect of it.
Right.
And the other aspect is giving the family a way to look in on them without interrupting or without bothering them, and that preserves their dignity and their independence.
Right. I can imagine it could just take a lot of stress off if you had a parent and you were worried about them and you could just check. And how do you do that? Through your computer?
You can do that through your computer, any computer. There's a secure web portal where you can go to, and you can see the heart rate, you can see the activity, you can see the skin temperature, those types of things, and whether or not it's being worn. And if you have a cell phone, you can configure it to send you text messages or emails as to whether or not certain things are happening, even if the battery is low, that kind of thing. So,
well, what a sense of relief for the family members who are worried about their loved ones.
It could be someone who is working during the day, or working across, lives an hour away, or lives across the country. They can have that kind of connection.
Right. So, Bob, how does My Halo compare to other products that are out on the marketplace?
Well, when you compare it to other pendant-type products, it gives you that ability to have that remote connection to the family, which can be very important. It also provides more advanced fall detection because it's worn closely to the body, at the chest or the waist. That's the most accurate fall detection you can get compared to a pendant, which might be moving around. So it will pick up falls that start at a lower level, say from a chair or a sofa, or perhaps someone who falls against the wall and slides down. And that can be important because those types of falls might be precursors to a more harmful fall. Right. And if the caregiving team knows about that, they might be able to help them get help with an exercise program that will help them maintain their balance, like with using someone from Senior Helpers.
Right.
Or if there's a medication causing dizziness as a side effect, they can go to the doctor and get the medication changed. So having those types of well-being indicators that you can watch over time and having more sensitive fall detection can make a big difference in the ability of a person to live at home and stay independent.
Right, it can really prevent a major problem from happening.
Yes, prevention is what it's about.
I see. I so thank you for sharing this, and I wish you well with it. I think it's a great product, and I hope it ends up everywhere in all the homes that need them.
It has the potential to help a lot of people.
It sure does. Thanks for being our senior helper today.
Thank you, Patti.
Appreciate it.
This show has been brought to you by Senior Helpers of Santa Barbara County, providing care and comfort at a moment's notice. If you'd like to contact Senior Helpers, you can go to their website, www.seniorhelpers.com, or phone them at 805-966-7100.